Yeah.
Another speechless scene there. And, you know, folks are going to want to go downtown and, you know, look to see what happened when all this, when the daylight comes. But it is completely not safe. So much broken glass. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Best
everyone's
to stay
best.
away.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to go back to Michael Martin for another look. Michael.
Yeah, guys, so we just heard from Sarah. She was a couple blocks north of where we are. You can see behind me Fulton, and then over here Van Andel Arena. We just wanted to show you the magnitude of how empty it really is down here at this point. I mean, this has been going for hours into the evening, overnight, but this is where you know, Sarah said she's going to come over here and see some of these businesses. Like I mentioned in our last live shot, surprisingly, there aren't as many businesses smashed into, vandalized over in this immediate area near Van Andel. And actually, Dina, if we look over here where they've got the lights and those red alligator statues, those installations, this is pretty much pristine area. There really isn't much destruction over there. Everything seems to be left. I didn't see any windows on Van Andel smashed. You could see the front of it appears to be fine. So really, like we've been saying the past few minutes here, things seem to be quieting down. Now, if you look behind me here, you will still see the police presence, state police, GRPD, county sheriff vehicles. But there aren't even as many officers out on foot. There is that congregation in there that I was showing you and Brody was showing you just in front of Grand Rapids Brewing Company. But you know what? It looks like there are even fewer now than there were even 15 minutes ago. And again, they're congregating, having some sort of discussion. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do start heading out at some point in the near future. While I would imagine they will have some sort of police presence, some sort of patrol in the city throughout the night and into the morning. I mean, we're already into the morning, into Sunday right now. But I wouldn't be surprised if they stay out here. I mean, there is just so much destruction that needs to be addressed. So as we heard from the police earlier, they're going to have to start contacting these local business owners and then just start that process. Now, we don't know, of course, if these protests are going to continue beyond what we saw last night. But of course, we will, continue to bring you those updates, whatever we see as it happens. But live in downtown Grand Rapids, send it back to you guys.
All right, thank you for that update, Michael. We want to send it on over to Savannah Fish for another look at her location. Savannah.
You guys, were here at Pearl Street and Ottawa Ave, and the cars that were on fire, the police vehicles that were on fire earlier, now charred, are being towed away. This is the cleanup of downtown Grand Rapids following the protest turned riot. And this is what's left. This is what's going to be happening throughout the day and for probably weeks onto months. This is going to be the cleanup of what people are going to be waking up to this morning. This is, again, a lineup of police cars. If you take a look at your screen, we actually have video of these police cars on fire earlier this morning, and you can see the flames coming from those cars. Again, police cars here in downtown Grand Rapids on fire, set on fire by people participating in the riots. Again, this was all a protest that started yesterday afternoon, and things really started to take a turn around 9 o'clock at night and into the early morning hours. But if you take a look, I mean, the tow trucks are here this morning. This is the first that we've seen tow trucks out here, kind of towing away all of the debris and charred cars. And you can see it says Grand Rapids Police. It's pretty faint, but if you take a look at, you guys just take a look at the inside of this car. You can see just how charred it is. Everything melted, and kind of a representation of what this city is looking like. Complete destruction, out of a scary movie. It's a nightmare. We're going to try to speak to business owners that are probably going to be making their way to their businesses this morning, so make sure you stay with us. They're pulling away right now, so we're going to step out of the way. But for now, live in downtown Grand Rapids, Savannah Fish, Fox 17 News.
Just amazing. Those cars are not cheap,
right?
By the way.
No, not at all.
Well equipped, yeah. All right, we're going to check in. Brody Carter is inside of a business that was destroyed this morning.
Yeah, we're downstairs in Zellers, which is in the basement level of Z's Bar and Restaurant. Take a look around. I mean, this business actually hit. We're here with the owner who is giving us a walkthrough of the destruction left behind. You woke up to this. What the heck are we looking at?
EPS called me this morning and said the alarms are going off, and they asked me not to go downtown because of, obviously what's going on. The police would get there when they could. Had to come down here anyway, and just to prevent more looting of the store, and also upstairs, which they also broke into, which we have been able to deter other people from coming in here and taking more or damaging more.
For those of you at home who don't know, this is Dean Zuth. He is the owner of Zellers and Z's Bar and Restaurant. How long have you guys been here, and have you ever seen anything like this?
No, we've been here since 1982. No. Never seen anything like this before.
Can you walk me through the damage and destruction that's been left behind from what you've had a chance to process?
Here's our POS system, and also our point of sale, and also a camera system that's
sitting on the floor.
Yep. They trashed that, and then these cabinets, they've broken into those, and then taken a lot of liquor, broken a lot of liquor along the way.
It smells like an open bottle of liquor in here, obviously, because people are looting, they're stealing your alcohol. How much in product do you think you've lost?
Thousands of dollars. We got some pretty expensive liquors down here, so we got the price tags right in front of it. So they went for the good stuff. That's for sure.
So what's next? How do we clean up? How do you move forward after this chaos?
Call the window company, get things boarded up. Apparently they have 2 more of these things happening downtown coming up. I don't know why they schedule them at 6 p.m. at night. That's asking for more trouble. They should have them scheduled at 11 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. It's not over yet. I'm waiting for, the wave 2 and wave 3.
Dean, I appreciate your time. Anything most important you'd like to add before we go?
No, I think the city should have seen this coming. So.
Okay. Hey, thank you very much. I'm terribly sorry about what's happened to your business. This is Dean's livelihood. This is his life. He's been here since the 80s, and now look what's left because of some violence, because of a peaceful protest that has turned violent, and the destruction that's left behind. It's really hard to process. It's hard to take in, to understand that this is my neighborhood. This is my home. And yeah, we appreciate your time. So Dean, it looks like you got one more thing you want to add.
Well, it's, this is happening across the country, but I don't know what's happening in Michigan right now and other cities, but, they say these people came from, other places or whatever. Well, why did they pick Grand Rapids? I mean, you got to ask yourself, why Grand Rapids?
Oh, we've definitely talked to some locals. I've talked to locals. We've had people getting arrested in the back of cop cars, and it was our understanding they were from Grand Rapids. So, yes, they are coming from far and wide, but there's some pent-up anger and aggression in this city that we have seen firsthand. So, sadly, they've taken it out on you. So we appreciate your time. In West Michigan, we'll be checking back in just a little bit. But first, I'm Brody Carter, Fox 17 News.
You're hearing from one business owner, just one, and there are so many. They're going to be waking up to see what happened to their businesses. Some of them have been closed, like you said, for the past 2 to 3 months during this pandemic, and coming in to see this new reality now, too. Yeah.
I believe we have Savannah Fish joining us now. Or is it Sarah Grimmer?
Hi. Yes, good morning. Sarah Grimmer reporting live from downtown. So we're on Ionia right now. You can see behind me that police presence still guarding GRPD. But as you round the corner, you start to make your way more to businesses. We have Michigan First Credit Union right here, and you guys can see the glass shattered. This is the case all around downtown Grand Rapids. But Michael is here with us right now. He is actually the president with Michigan First. And Michael, you guys came down here. You already started your cleanup. First of all, can you tell us when you got downtown and what you saw?
Well, when we got downtown, there were clearly a number of people walking around, some younger people, but there was a lot of police presence as well. So we were comfortable coming down to our branch.
Yeah, I came across you a few minutes ago and I asked you just your thoughts. I mean, coming to your business and seeing the glass shattered like this, and you had a pretty positive perspective if you wanted to share that with us.
Well, we love the Grand Rapids community. I mean, this was only done by a few people. It wasn't done by the community at all. We love doing business here. We love being part of the community, and we're going to fix up the business, fix up the glass, and we'll be open for business on Monday morning.
Yeah, when you came down here, I know there's a really heavy police presence. You mentioned that, but can you speak to us a bit as a business owner? You have to take responsibility too for your employees and your business.
We do.
What was it like watching that? I mean, at a business that you come to every day in Grand Rapids, which is a friendly community.
Well, you know, it's distressing on the one hand, but we've had probably, I guess, maybe 25, 30 people have already stopped by and apologized for this happening to us. And I know it happened to a lot of other businesses as well. So, I mean, just that general spirit of the Grand Rapids community that they're sad that something like this would really happen. So that's who Grand Rapids is, not the people that broke the glass.
Well said. Michael, thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
You guys, this is the scene on Ionia in downtown Grand Rapids. We're going to toss it on over now to our reporter, Michael Martin. Michael.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah. We are over here right in front of the Grand Rapids Art Museum. That's the brick that looks like shattered this window over here. And we just want to show you what it looks like on the other side of the museum, because we were showing you this maybe 2 hours ago, and there was maybe only 2 or 3 panes of glass shattered. But if you look at it now, it is much worse. Most of these glass panes have been shattered. That is the gift shop of the Grand Rapids Art Museum. We've seen damage on all sides. The front of this building is where Wood TV has their downtown studio, and that is completely demolished from the front in as well. But you can just see it looks like snow piles of glass. It is just everywhere. So this has happened probably within the last 20-30 minutes. We've heard it on the Sir, you want to? So we've got some people. Yeah, let me ask you, sir. You've been down here. It's getting late into the night. Tell me though, what are you seeing at this point in the night?
Honestly, ignorance. I think it could run a lot more peaceful. They've done a lot of destruction to a lot of businesses that will, feel that and that will have to deal with that. So I think they could have went more peacefully. I understand where they were coming from with being upset with what happened with with the African American George Floyd, but I think they could have went a lot more peacefully and not destroyed hundreds, however many businesses.
And are you from Grand Rapids yourself, sir?
I'm from Freeland.
Freeland.
It's about 2 hours, 2 hours like northeast.
And so did you hear about this happening and come out here to see what was transpiring?
No, I lived here for 3 years and then I moved home and then I came back and then this was happening, so.
Yeah, that's sad to see.
It is sad.
Well, I really appreciate it, sir.
Yep.
And have a good rest of your night.
Did you get my name?
What's your name, sir?
Gary Winthorpe.
Nice to meet you, Gary. I do appreciate it.
Thank
you. Take care, sir. And so that's kind of what we're looking at. Folks are just wandering around, kind of taking in the scene, taking in the damage. But yeah, pushing forward till the morning light comes and we can assess this fully. But I'll send it back to you guys for now.
And Michael, thank you so much. We want to check in now with Savannah Fish. Savannah, good morning.
So we're here at the Kenton County Courthouse, and if you take a look over to the road, obviously a completely different scene from what we've seen throughout the morning and night. You can see police still down there, a heavy police presence still throughout the city. However, it has started to thin out. I want to turn your attention to this damage. We're here again at the courthouse, and you can see the cement that was used to bash through these windows, glass just everywhere. And I'm assuming people did make entry. You can see all of the windows here at the courthouse, a heavily secured building here in downtown Grand Rapids. Glass windows completely shattered. You can hear our feet stepping on it. And you can see just how much damage was done. You can see security through these bashed out windows. Not sure how much damage was done on the inside of the building, but just completely devastating. We have trash right here, more windows all along this building, completely smashed through. It's just, what is the point of all of this destruction? That's the question that we're all asking ourselves. and definitely a scary reality that a lot of these business owners, people here that work at the courthouse, are going to have to wake up to. The question is, how are we going to come back from this? So definitely a scary situation here. We're going to make our way back towards the small businesses of downtown Grand Rapids and try to meet with those business owners. But I believe we're going to be wrapping this up and send it back to you guys in the studio. So for now, live in downtown Grand Rapids, Savannah Fish, Fox 17 News.